he would be standing right next to her, encouraging her in her walk with the baby. You're right, it's painful to bear a child. Any right, the complications that can occur due to being pregnant, they're the symptoms of a fallen world. But even with any complications that may arise during the pregnancy, what if the child has autism or Down syndrome, or what if the mother has an ectopic pregnancy, or having these other seemingly grave diagnoses in the womb? I've known of a couple people like just recently where they've had somewhat of a risky pregnancy, and basically now this woman was a woman of God. Like she was a Christian, and so she essentially I reached out for prayer to her brothers and sisters to pray for the pregnancy, and she trusted God with the baby. The baby ended up dying, but she didn't just brutally murder it. But it just so happened that the baby didn't make it, and so it's difficult for a woman to lose a child when she wants it. But what about the mother? I understand there are risky pregnancies, but I got back to my last point. She'll pray to the Lord for strength and safety, and trust in the Lord to keep her, to deliver her from the pregnancy that was with the baby.
And what about after, she gave birth to the child? If abortion actually was, illegal, and it turned out to be illegal, what precautions in your mind should be taken by the government or by you for protesting or whatever to help protect that baby throughout its endeavors, not only maybe in poverty, but in situations of abuse where the mother can't take care of the child, or in the adoption care system?
Okay, so now we're dealing with when the child is born. I touched on the problems of our modern society. There are thousands of orphans currently in the United States of America. There are lots of children, just waiting for someone to call a mom and dad. And so, once again, the Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself. Look at all the orphans. We got a lot of neighbors to love. And I pray that believers of Jesus would rise up and say, you know what? I'm gonna take care of these orphans. I know several families who have adopted multiple children, and this one couple adopted 6 children. They adopted 3 from Congo. They adopted a couple from Ethiopia, and so I consider these people radical. Not everyone wants to adopt children, and I pray that more people would have a heart to do it. Basically, to sum it up, we need to love these kids, because every kid should have someone to call mommy and daddy, to love them. It's think of the ideal mommy. She feeds her child, gives the child water, housing, entertainment, and so that's what we should be doing for these children, and that's what I want to do. I want to do that. When God gives me the opportunity to, I really want to help children. I know some friends in other areas of the country who have saved children. They've had baby showers for them, and it warms my heart to be able to contribute to one of those and help out any parents who need help.
What religion are you? Do you mind me asking?
Well, I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and so I seek to expose the evil of child sacrifice, which is what abortion is, and bring glory to Jesus. And so I thank God for that. Would you like one of these?
No, I'll take a pass.
Okay.
I'd like to ask you what you think about your accomplishment.
Okay, well, I'm exposing the evil of abortion, and I'm
Yes, but you're
attempting to
doing
bring
this
glory
at a
to
place
Jesus.
where it's not really relevant. I mean, buddy, this is a
Yeah.
high school. I mean, I recognize you're on a
Oh, yeah,
sidewalk,
yeah,
but
yeah.
this is a high school. We're not really a hotbed of teen pregnancy, nor are we in really a hotbed of abortion, and I don't really understand what you think you're accomplishing out here.
Okay, well, public schools mainly teach that it's a woman's choice to
They teach
have an abortion.
contraception and how to avoid getting
Okay,
pregnant.
do you know what the Minnesota state law is on high school sex ed?
High school sex ed. I mean, I
To
would.
answer that, I would highly recommend that you go and find a place to do it, because clearly you missed that.
Well, first and foremost, I'm here to forgiveness is through Jesus Christ. That's my main reason why I seek to come out to places,
Well, because that's
public
the
places.
smaller text. I think the majority of your sign there is devoted to abortion and murder.
Well, yeah, I've clearly come into contact with people.
Girls coming out here who were pregnant, like by a rape or incest, they probably feel really bad about themselves too, seeing that. Like, and I don't know. I don't think that's your goal, but that's also kind of
Well, shame is a good thing. Shame is a good thing to feel about your sin.
Shame isn't a good thing.
Well, here's my problem with that.
What do you think?
Because my problem is, I mean, frankly, I think you're missing the point of Jesus. And I know
Is
that's
that
a really harsh allegation to bring, but I don't think Jesus would have come out to say, you know, you should feel ashamed, you should feel terrible, all of you are sinning and you're all awful.
I mean,
But that's
Jesus
kind of the message that your giant red sign that says you murder people kind of brings you. And so, frankly, I think, buddy, you could probably, I mean, do you remember the line in the Bible, let he who is without sin cast the first stone?
Yeah, I understand that
And
passage.
I would be very surprised if you were without sin. I know I'm not. I know probably none of us here are.
Right, none of us
But
are.
I feel like you could probably take a bit of time to go and think about, what do you think people that have abortions are going through? Do you think that they come out here and they think, oh, everything's just peachy, I've just had an abortion, I'm feeling the best I've ever felt? Or do you think they're feeling rather pretty terrible and looking for help? Because I can tell you, I'm not going to go to a church that's carrying a sign that says you murdered someone and look for help there. And I think what you should rather be doing instead would be perhaps, I don't know, start a counseling group. Work with people. People have had a traumatic event in their life, something that they're not going to bounce back from thanks to a sign like that. I think you would probably find a better use of your time if you went and sat down and tried to maybe give people a hug, tell them it's all right.
Okay, well, it's one thing I feel is wrong with that proposition is like comforting someone in their transgression against an image bearer of God, and
you're really missing the point that a lot of women have lives and have feelings too, and a lot of women are followers of Jesus. And like, women aren't. I don't know. I just think that you're focusing a lot on a fetus that has no awareness of its own existence, rather than a woman who does, rather than a woman who's gone through traumatic experiences.
well, even if a fetus or embryo in the womb has no awareness of its own existence, that doesn't mean it's okay to destroy that person.
Here's my question for you. What is more important, an embryo that doesn't quite exist yet, or a woman that does?
Oh, they're equally as important.
Because here's the thing. So, what's your opinion on abortion? What do you think should be done? Do you think there should be changes made? Are you happy with the state of America as it is? Rather, I'll ask you in the state of Minnesota because that's where we are.
Well, our land is soaked with the shedding of innocent blood, of innocent children murdered through abortion.
So what should be done about it?
Well, it should be criminalized.
Okay, so you think it should be illegal to have an abortion?
Yes.
No exception?
It should be illegal.
Okay, so let me present you another case. An Indian woman in Ireland died a couple years back because doctors at their hospital refused to give her an abortion for a fetus that was unviable. It basically was not possible for that fetus to ever have been born and survived. I believe it has cerebral malformity. And she died because of that. Because the doctors looked at it and said, well, we're not legally allowed to do that under Irish law, so we're not going to give you it, and so she died. So the case that you have here is you have people that have done nothing wrong, except suffer from a little biological mischance, that are dying because the legal system and people who have decided to go white knighting all on their own have decided that they need to step up and they need to prevent a procedure which has legitimate medical value, and they need to put the life of something that is not viable, cannot ever survive on its own, and will kill someone who already is living. They've decided that that is more important for their moral sanctions than it is to simply allow abortion. Because not allowing abortion with no exceptions destroys the possibility of saving people that maybe had a dramatic miscarriage that needs to be dealt with really, really quickly. Because doctors have to sit there and think, am I going to go to jail for helping this person? And that, in my opinion, frankly, is BS.
Okay.
It's not going to stop abortion either. It's just going to make more unsafe abortions happen rather than safe ones in the care of a doctor.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that that position where certain pregnancies can be dangerous, and like I told her, a main concept that I get from the Bible is trusting God with our tough circumstances in life, and greater love has no more in this than one to lay down their life for their child, and so that's and to love the neighbor as themselves.
It wasn't laying her life down for her child. It was laying her life down for something that never could have been her child. This thing would never have survived, even if it had gone to term, and it killed her.
Well,
The statement, I believe, there's a common phrase I'm sure you've heard before. It says, God helps those that help themselves. And I understand that sometimes you might want to believe blindly in God, but if you walk up to the pearly gates and God says, well,